Welcome to the Target New York Times Open House New York podcast. My name is Nancy Cataldi and I'm president of the Richmond Hill Historical Society. Today we're visiting a hidden away spot of elegant wood frame homes and hushed streets in South Central Queens. It's historic Richmond Hill, a New York City neighborhood where you can still hear birds chirping, not far from an elevated subway. Homes and businesses date back to the 19th and early 20th century. Richmond Hill is roughly bordered by Kew Gardens to the north, Jamaica to the east, Ozone Park to the south, and Woodhaven to the west. The name was taken from an English suburb of the same name by its creator, Alban Platt Mann. Kew Gardens, developed by his son Alric Mann, was also named after another British garden suburb. The Richmond Hill Golf Course was developed by Alric around 1910 into what is now Kew Gardens. Architecturally, styles here reflect early 20th century tastes, with craftsman, Tudor Revival, and Italianate homes, mostly single-family, flanked by old oak and maple trees, especially along 86th Avenue between 107th and 110th Streets. The most distinctive may be the Queen Anne's, whose fish-scale shingles set off wraparound porches, highlighted in emerald or blue. In South Richmond Hill, with its large grid of streets between Jamaica and Atlantic Avenues, attached row houses show off crenellated cornices and slate-roofed turrets. Richmond Hill began around 1869 when the area was farmland and purchased by Alban Platt Mann. He created a planned garden community, a prototype of the modern suburb. Mr. Mann's efforts to woo unhappy city people to his utopian enclave are depicted in a boldly colored WPA mural in the periodicals room of the Richmond Hill Public Library. The library was funded by Andrew Carnegie on land given to the community by Mr. Mann, at the intersection of Hillside Avenue, Lefferts Boulevard, and Myrtle Avenue. Mr. Mann's development ambition succeeded, as you'll see strolling the neighborhood and noting its many historic structures. Take a look at the 1874 Church of the Resurrection, the first church erected in Richmond Hill, at 118th Street between Hillside and 85th Avenue. It was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2002. Other sites listed on the National Register include PS 66 on 102nd Street off 85th Avenue, the RKO Keiths at Myrtle and Hillside, Maple Grove Cemetery at Lefferts and Kew Gardens Road, and the Forest Park Carousel in Forest Park. Richmond Hill is proud to have one New York City landmark, the Republican Club, at Lefferts and Hillside Avenues. It is in disrepair now, but there are high hopes for restoration by an interested preservationist. Another wonderful icon that remains is Jan's Ice Cream Parlor next to the RKO Keiths, where a kitchen sink can be had with every ice cream flavor and syrup, served in a very large bowl and enough for 6 people. And of course, you'll want to take a walk in the 543-acre Forest Park, one of New York's finest, with its natural woodlands, panoramic views, carousel, and horseback riding. The entrance to the park was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, who also created Central Park.